Alright, no major shakeups to the lineup in FES for this boss fight, just going with the standard strong things. A Vitality bracelet or ring on Aegis. Starting with Raphael, we should be able to just power through these guys without too much problem. The enemy seems to be waiting below. Are you ready? Obviously. Right, what are we looking at here?
I think I'm right. This feeling. It must be. But no, it can't. Oh, I didn't mean to distract you. Enemy shadows incoming!
Alrighty, we've got Rebellious Cyclops and the Empyrean Seekers. The Empyrean Seekers are weak to fire and elect spells, repel ice and wind, and have 2000 HP. The Rebellious Cyclops has 3700 HP, absorbs ice and wind, and is otherwise pretty vanilla. What we're going to do to start this fight off is let's assign some targets here. We're going to have Akihiko and Metis focus on the Rebellious Cyclops there. And we're just going to, no, not Metis on heal and support, assign this target to the Cyclops. We're just going to leave Ken on heal and support to hedge our bets. Since we've got some fire-weak enemies here, we're obviously going to be popping off with Bishamonten, so we are going to unload with Maragidines on these guys to spread our damage around, and then we can focus on dealing more individual damage with, what is it? Oh, come on, Ken. Of course I should have assigned his target. No! The scan didn't go off, so a little bit of HP restoration to the Rebellious Cyclops there, but that is okay. But as I was saying, then once we get some damage scattered around, we can focus on beating them down with Ragnarok. Unfortunately, Ken getting taken out with blah blah blah. With, oh my god, my brain. With Mudon is something we just kind of have to deal with. Ooh, nice. Bishamonten being immune to Pierce there is actually quite fortunate. We're going to go with single target Ragnaroks here in order to hopefully get some extra turns. We do, of course, have to contend with evade fire on these guys. Just a rather persistent annoyance we have to deal with a lot of the boss fights going forward in the game, and that's a bit unfortunate, but I can live with that. That's weird. Why'd she go for that guy? Did I assign the wrong target? I must have assigned the wrong target there. Or I just wasn't paying attention. Also, unfortunately, I'm forgetting to scan the, ooh boy. I'm forgetting to scan the Empyrean Seekers here. This is going a little rough, but yeah, I must have assigned Metis' target wrong. Yeah, I gave her the completely wrong target. Okay, let's go for Ragnaroks once again. Hit this guy with Ragnarok real quick. Hopefully actually hit him. There we go. Then hit this guy over here. There we go. Okay. Now let's get Ken back up. We're just gonna use a Bomb of Life to get Ken fully revived. I should probably invest some money into, what the? Wait, I could have sworn... Am I going crazy here? Why am I getting the wrong target every time? This doesn't make any sense to me. No! I just got him back in the fight! Damn it! This sucks. What am I doing wrong here? I could have sworn I hit the Rebellious Cyclops. Did I just cancel it by mistake? That seems like something stupid I would do. Oh my god. Okay, let me see here. We can still make this work. What we're going to do is we're going to put Akihiko on knockdown. What the heck? Every single time. Dude, did I just seriously cancel it? What is wrong with me? Okay, so we have Akihiko on knockdown to hopefully get the Cyclops dealt with. Let's switch over to... that might be a bit risky. I was thinking Raphael, but he is weak to insta-death. But on the other hand, he is my only source of multi-target healing. You know what? Yeah, I'll just use the bead chain. In a safer situation, I can rely on Raphael for that healing. Where are my bead chains here? There we go. I must have just backed out of assigning the target. Like, that was so dumb. I have no idea why I did that. Making this fight a lot trickier. Sorry, I'm a little... What the... Wait, what? Dude, what is going on? Okay, that time for sure, I assigned the right target. You saw me do it. What is going on here? Do these guys have some kind of, like, thing that forces your character to target them? Am I going insane? What is happening here? I've never seen this before. like, I'm positive that I said it properly, like, 3 times. What is this? Vicious Strike actually works out to my advantage here. Oh my god. I can't believe how bad this is going. What the heck? Oh, right, he power charged. That makes sense now. Let's just use another bead chain here. We've got Somas for the final boss fight. I did not expect this to be so disastrous. Ah, crap. I forgot to change Metis' tactics. I don't know why she keeps going back to targeting that one. This makes no sense. What is going on here? Evil Smile, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, Metis is afraid. That's okay. That was the one that charged up there. Okay, let me think. Oh boy. I can't believe how disastrous this is going. Okay, Metis, you are clearly not doing the right thing here, so... Actually, you know what? Let's put her into Orgia mode, since that'll get rid of the fear status. Let's just go with another bead chain, honestly. I'm sorry, I am actually thrown for a loop here. I have never seen a assigned target function like that. Something is clearly wrong with this particular fight. Anyways, with Orgia mode activated, we at least don't have to worry about her being made afraid. Nice, that's lucky. I would honestly prefer if she utilized a Vicious Strike in that situation or something, but hey, we can live with that. Okay, we're back in business here. Yeah, the Rebellious Cyclops, must have a counter skill or something, and that's why they're not going for it. Alright, let's just go for Maragi dying here to spread some damage around. Ah, never mind. Bit unfortunate. If Metis does get the crit here, she is unfortunately just going to... Oh! No, yeah, she is going right back for it. That's fine. Honestly, it would have been nice if she had just left it like that, but you can't really control that in Orgia mode. That is so strange. That is the weirdest bug I have ever seen in this game. I've never seen the targeting just screw up like that. Alright, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have Ken on full assault. I'm going to try and get him back into the fight now. To use a Balm of Life, since we're not on the back foot right at the moment. As long as we can... there goes Orgia mode. As long as we can get this guy knocked down, or whatever, before he has a chance to go. There we go. Okay, we should be able to get control of this again.
Careful, the enemy's going to attack.
Okay, that's fine. Ken can revive Metis there. Let's see here. Or he could hit the Zeodyne. Nope, he could not hit the Zeodyne. Okay, let's go with heal and support on Ken here. This has been a disastrous battle. Weirdest one I've ever had to deal with also. Let me see here. Let's get the revival bead up on Metis here. Honestly, maybe I should have set her right back into Orgia mode off the back of that. There we go. Okay, we're back in business here. You use that medical power, Akihiko. That's okay, Ken will revive him. Or use Mediarama. Either or is fine, honestly. Alright, I have a plan here. Let's see, I'm going to put Metis in... Yeah, no, wait, hold on. Let's go full assault with Akihiko here. We're going to put Metis into knockdown. And let me see here. Does Odin have Spellmaster at this point? He does indeed, so I can hit this guy with Thunder Rain, and he does not have any resistance to Elect, so that should work out just fine. Let's blast him with Thunder Rain real quick. And get the, oh, never mind. Right, because everybody died. No! Ah! I was relying on Ken to get the, revive on Akihiko there. I had lost track of how everybody has been thrown out of sync because they kept getting killed here. Okay, this is a disaster. Let me see here. Well, now that I'm out of SP, I have never had a fight go so badly on me because of the weirdest bug I've ever seen. I did not know that that was a thing that could happen. Let's use a Precious Egg on Metis here, or not Metis, Aegis. We've got an excess of them, so I may as well use it. We are going to get healed up after this, but that's not a big deal. I just need to be able to deal damage to this guy at this point. It is quite obnoxious that we are without Akihiko right now. Let's get Metis into full assault here, just so she's doing something. Let's see. Yeah, nothing to really do here except just blast it with Thunder Rain. Even though we can't get the knockdown anymore, this is still one of our more effective damage dealing options, so we may as well just go for it. If our turn sequence was still normal, we wouldn't really have to worry about this. Let's get the Rekarm up on Akihiko. Fortunately, now we can just use attack mirrors to deal with this guy. Is this guy immune to physical attacks and I just didn't take that down in my notes? Or does he have high counter and that's why everybody is just refusing to attack him? Well, regardless, let's get the attack mirror up. Ugh, disastrous start to this fight. Certainly one of the worst I've ever had. Okay, here comes the Vorpal Blade, and yeah, he's just going to kill himself here. Thank you. That was horrible, and I had to use way too many items there. But hey, we made it through. Plus a whole bunch of experience for everyone. Plus all our Growth 3 beneficiaries also getting some level ups in there. Or at the very least some experience, if not level ups. That was brutal, that was brutal. Okay, let's grab our treasure here. Now let's move on to the Persona 3 Reload fight, which fortunately isn't as nearly as gruesome and grisly as that one was. Goodness gracious. Alright, moving on to Reload. Now, I have taken care of a few things off screen, gotten a few levels. I also farmed out a Great Clock to catch up Junpei and Akihiko real quick. Not because they'll be immediately useful, but they will be useful in the future, so I may as well just get them ready ahead of time. As you can see, Yukari has fallen quite far behind. We're probably not going to be using her for the rest of the playthrough, because I don't really care that much about Tranquility, nor does she have any particular fights where she's going to be majorly useful. I also spent some time building up some new Persona. First off, I've got Ananta as an auto buffer. Eventually, I want to fuse him into something that has access to Life Aid, just so I can finish off battles with Koromaru and Ken, or whatever party I'm using. Koromaru, Ken, and Metis for full coverage. I can rely on Aigis to always get her SP back, provided she doesn't actually take any actions. But I've also gotten a bunch more specialists up. I've got Mada here. I had to create this guy off the back of a Dakini, who I fused into a Raganaja to fulfill his special fusion. As you can see, he has Strike Boost, and we'll be picking up Strike Amp. Somewhat ironically, I actually got a Strike Amp card while I was getting this all prepared, so I ended up not really needing to make this guy, but it'll be good to have him for the future, I've also got Sibylle here, who's got Light Amp and Light Boost, Thanatos for Dark Boost and Dark Amp, so now we have a good Dreamfest user. I also carded multi-target boost onto him. Eventually, I'm going to fuse Atropos off into something, or either just even directly into Odin, so I have a good Elec user. And Quetzalcoatl is still doing me well, but eventually I'd like to do some kind of fusion chain that'll get him turned into Scotty. Cert, I may eventually fuse off into Saturnus, but it really isn't immediately necessary. He's good enough for my purposes right now. Bishamonten, I carded Apt Pupil onto, so that Justice will crit 100% of the time. Norn is looking pretty good here with a full Wind set as well as Salvation for perfect healing. So yeah, we are pretty well set on full maxed out boosted coverage. I also took care of some requests here to just finally get some of these moved along. First off, I completed the special fusion milestone. So now we've got 2 of those, 3 homunculi acquired. Also finally collected a ruinous rotary leg, which this took a while. I had to do like 5 monad doors to finally get a rampage drive that dropped that for me. It was pretty annoying. That fusion series number 2, we're actually good to go on that one. I do have a Titania with Magarula kicking around in the compendium, so we'll just pull her out real quick. This is a good opportunity for me to segue into, I did get enough compendium completion that Elizabeth gave me the next discount, and whoops, I am going way past the lovers here. What is wrong with me? But yeah, Titania, registered her with Magarula, didn't even have to card it onto her because it's the first skill that she learns. Kind of funny. Yeah, I suppose that you do have to put a bit more effort into it than you would in the journey, since she does not obviously get any social link bonus EXP, but also it's really easy to get growth 3 in the storyline, so not really much skin off my nose there either. I see that you have a Titania that meets the requirements I specified. That completes this request. It would appear that you now grasp the intricacies of obtaining personas with specific skills. I am certain this knowledge will prove useful to you. Please take this as your reward. And we get a maid outfit. Any new, yes, we have a Succubus here with Charm Boost. Honestly, even if I don't have one that already has that registered, we could probably just card that onto it. I'm pretty sure I have that card kicking around. If I don't, well, I think I can just make it off the back of an Incubus, honestly. Regardless, that was a lot more preamble than I was expecting, but I had a lot I want to go over between this video and the last. You'll notice that my Theurgies are fully charged, because this will allow me to just cheese my way through this boss battle, and we can get moving quickly. There's a very particular reason I want to be moving fast. Are you ready? Of course, of course.
These readings I've been getting, there's no other possibility. It could only be... but... it can't be. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. Shadow's approaching! 3 enemies! Be careful!
Hey, wait a second. These guys look kind of familiar, honestly. Yes, Onen Musha, Tenjin Musha, and Kaiden Musha. Not the first time we've seen these guys. If you remember, during the Vision Quest, this is one of the puzzle bosses that we had to deal with. This is very different from that boss fight, though. There isn't any particular thing you have to do here. It's just to note that these guys kind of cover each other's resistances, so you can't just blast them all down at once with AoE attacks. In FES, anyway. Regardless, the Onen Musha here has 1900 HP. He absorbs the main elements and nullifies dark. When I say main or core elements, I mean fire, ice, wind, and elect. And otherwise, light and dark may still be viable. This guy, though, specifically nullifies dark. Over here, we got the Tenjin Musha, who is resistant to fire and elect and nullifies light and dark skills. 2579 HP to burn through. And then the Kaiden Musha over to the right here, 2630 HP, resist ice and wind, and nullifies light skills. What we're going to do is we are going to have Koromaru immediately throw up a power howling here, because I have a uber powerful Justice ready, and remember, we have access to Sister Amp now, so once Aegis's turn comes around, here comes a Vorpal Blade from this guy. Shouldn't be too threatening to us. Ooh, the crit is unfortunate, but I'm not overly concerned about that. As long as Aegis is still able to get up, let me see here. Would probably be in my best interest to just Media Rahan here. Make sure nobody gets taken out preemptively. I probably should have done a auto heal before heading into the battle. But that's not a big deal. Poison Mist coming out here, not as annoying as you might expect, because I do actually have access to insta-heal on Aegis and Metis. I'm just going to actually take the Mataru Kaja here. Not because I really need to, I'm just extending it. There's really nothing else for Metis to do here. This guy is signing his own death warrant. But yes, in my attempts to get a rotary leg, I did get the Vest of Heresy with insta-heal for Aegis. Kind of convenient that I was mentioning that last time. What we're going to do now is we are going to switch over to Bishamonten, and we are going to go straight into Justice. With Apt Pupil on him, this is basically guaranteed to crit anyway, and Revolution just sealed the deal. We've got the Power Howling in effect, so this is going to deal some incredible damage. Yeah, oh boy, that's just about the fight already won. Now, keep this in mind. Metis has Strike Amp, Strike Boost, Sister Amp, and Charge in effect. Let's check out what this Orgia mode does. Ah, beautiful, beautiful.
Good work out there.
Thank you so much, Fuka. Yeah, that was a right quick battle. We get the Strength Taro added to Shuffle Time, though my, I'm already at Arcana Burst here. Oh god, I already missed what the Strength Taro did there. I think that was a full party HP boost. Also, as always, get a ton of experience. You know what? I will actually take this Resist Ailments and just overwrite Megidola there. Oh hey, innate growth 3 form. Spellmaster onto Sibylle here. Ooh, what do I want to get rid of? Oh, I don't need Auto Maraku on her. Why am I even keeping that? Silly of me, silly of me. Enduring Soul onto Thanatos here. Beautiful skill to have. I'm probably never going to use Masakunda, so I'll just get rid of that. And Makogan. The reason I've got Trumpeter kicking around the back with Growth 3 is because, of course, he will learn Debilitate. It's just easy to get that online right now. We're going to take Makogan for Cannon, just get rid of Kogan, because it's a little bit more practical, in my opinion. Ooh, Enduring Soul for Metis. We're going to kick out Gigantic Fist here. Akasha Arts is just better, even if it only hits once. I'm actually probably not going to bother learning Brave Blade, because I kind of prefer, when I have a slash attack on Metis, to have the multi-targeting of Deathbound.
Sister?
We defeated the shadows, and it won't be long before we catch up to that figure. No need to worry, sister. I'll be with you all the way. Thank you so much, Metis.
Never mind.
Oh, please, don't thank me. Keeping you safe just comes naturally to me. Let's keep the momentum. The last door should be nearby. Indeed, indeed. Continuing on here, we of course got some rewards to scoop up. No more upgrades are available for our party members. We're just taking the lock chests as they come to us, getting the Dojigiri Yasutsuna for Junpei there, which I'm probably not going to use on him. We'll probably have something better by the time I actually do get Junpei back in the fold. And Longinus into for Mitsuru there. Now, I could return to the Desert of Doors real quick. And in fact, in a bit, I will want to. I'm going to want to swap out either Ken or Koromaru for Akihiko, but for right now, we can just continue on. I'm also not going to be bothering with any Monad doors at this point. That figure? No, it can't be. It just can't be.
Better watch our step.
I mean, I can only presume what Fuka is hitting at here. Anyways, I am going to want to attack some enemies in order to get Theurgy built back up. And let me see, I don't think we've encountered these guys. Yeah, natural dancers here, so let me get on to my bestiary over here, see if I can find these guys. My ability to scan quickly is horrible these days. Let's see, 945 HP, resist slash, nullifies pierce, and are weak to elect skills. Fortunately, a quick swift strike from Koromaru can still allow us to potentially scum out a crit. Did not get that, but that is a-okay. Ken will handle getting these guys knocked down with Zeodyne real quick. Let's see, I think what I'll do is I'll actually pass it over to Aegis, and we will do a smart scan into Atropos here, get the Zeodyne out, and then I'm going to actually shift over to Metis and have her use an Akasha Arts. Since these guys aren't immune to that, the Mataru Kaja plus the Sister Amp will get us some pretty wonderful damage. It is so nice to have access to auto Mataru Kaja finally. Unfortunately, pretty unlucky there. I'm actually going to let Metis guard here again. Then we can go into the Zeodyne with Aegis here. And just quickly take these guys out with that. Let's go back over to Metis here, and I can probably just do a normal attack here. There we go. Our Theurgies are almost fully charged again. The effect of the ambush upgrade also has just made it wonderful for getting our Theurgies ready super quick. And yeah, I think Koromaru is the one I'm going to sub out for Akihiko once we get a chance, so I'm not going to worry too much about getting his Theurgy recharged. Let's see, we've got the normal version of the Intrepid Knights here. These guys are resistant to pierce skills, absorb wind, nullify light and dark, and have 899 HP to burn through. They do not have any vulnerabilities to or any weaknesses for us to exploit, so our best bet is to just wing at them for critical hits and hopefully get them. Let me see here. Ken, I'm honestly just gonna have guard at this point. It really won't matter that much. We will have Metis go for Akasha Arts here. Remember that Akasha Arts also has a pretty decent crit rate, like so. So sometimes you will just be able to take these enemies out with that, no problem. What I'm actually looking for is Siegfried here. We're going to go for Brave Blade. Miss the days of Siegfried having access to Arms Master for us. Once again, my brain's stalling out. I'm very vulnerable to that these days. Mata finally has access to Strike Amp, and honestly, I don't really need any fire skills on him. I don't really need Mata in and of himself. I was just getting him for Strike Amp, and even that kind of ended up becoming redundant. Get Fire Amp onto Koromaru here, much appreciated. He'll also have Innate Dark Amp soon, so that's pretty good. Let me see here. I got the Ogdi Bracers on Koromaru right now. Yep, we can drop those right now. Maybe eventually I'll want to get Fire Bracers for him, so that he can enjoy the most damage possible on his fire skills. For right now, though, let me see. Oh, goodness. What do I even want to give Koromaru? Spoiled for choice here. I'll probably just give him one of these rings or medallions here. How about... Yeah, let's go with a Magic plus 11 Medallion of Heresy. That'll make his weakness exploitation so much stronger there. It'll be very nice once we... Indeed, Ken, indeed. I actually need to be on the lookout for more Personae to add to my stock. What I was saying before I got interrupted there by repeat enemies is that once we have Dark Amp, that'll stack beautifully with Koromaru's Elementary Mask in order to make sure that he is dealing the most damage possible there. We've probably got some new Strong Shadows here, so I may as well check these guys out real quick. We can probably just beat them down with Theurgies if they're looking a little too scary. Let me see here. Are these just the Grudge Towers again? Oh, I didn't realize we could encounter them this deep. I'm actually just going to have everybody guard here until we get to somebody with strong physical attacks. Metis is more than fine enough. Akasha Arts, oh god, it's going to obliterate these guys. There we go! Yeah, let's go for the all-out attack just to see if we're lucky enough to get it. Probably not going to be able to kill off the back of this just because these guys have so much HP. And yeah, not super surprising there. But we can just finish with Brave Blade. Yeah, I already had my train of thought going there, so I figured I'd just keep going on with these guys. Reminder that these guys are very good to grind for diamonds and opals, especially diamonds, which the main incenses that you want for boosting your stats, you'll primarily get them from these guys. Don't need that growth 1 on Titania. Having Concentrate there is actually pretty nice. Ooh, a scout opportunity. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's have Koromaru go on ahead and just scout for us. Get us to these stairs right away. Again, I'm not going to be... Ooh, nice. Got the Devil Arcana in effect, so anytime I see those, definitely want to pop them. I could probably have fished for a Great Clock there, but honestly, I just want to get to the next floor really quick. Arf, arf, arf. Looks like Koroshan found something we could use. Good boy. It seems like you all met up safely. Thank you for scouting ahead. Next opportunity I get to return to the Desert of Doors, I'm probably going to do so to swap Akihiko in, as well as check out our fusion options. And right here, right on schedule, there's a very particular persona I'd like to fuse now that we have access to Strike Amp. So let me get to work on some of this. We do have some request to turn in, or a request at least to return in for Elizabeth. Yes, the Divine Candlestick. We'll just turn that right over right quick, get the Book of Resh, and now we can hold one more Major Arcana. I probably need to return to the dorm at some point in order to refresh our Major Arcanas. So let me actually do that real quick, take care of some of my fusion opportunities, and get some money, because that'll allow me to work with the Compendium a bit more. I was coming back to the dorm, actually, and there's some new dialogue. Maybe there really is some kind of secret behind these personas. Same goes for that figure that keeps showing up. Why does Fuka-san start acting weird whenever we see it? There's so much we don't know. I actually didn't know we would get new dialogue here, so that's pretty cool. Sorry for saying weird things while we've been exploring. We really don't know a thing about that figure. Sorry, I'll try to figure it out. Funny enough, things I didn't know about. I was actually watching a video about the vanilla Persona 3 earlier, actually, and I actually learned that during the Kyoto trips, there are actually rooms that you can go into to talk to more people, and I never knew that. Now I feel kind of bad, because it makes the LP feel less thorough. Looked like that figure was trying to lure us in. We could just take the bait. We'll find out who exactly this mystery person is soon enough. Indeed. And finally, Yukari hanging out over here. If we want to solve this, we just gotta reach the end. So we might as well get going instead of wasting our time trying to figure it all out ourselves first. I want to see what that figure really is. Let's go and end this whole thing already. Indeed, indeed. Any new words from Metis? No. Okay, let's get back to supercutting. Over at Rafflesia, we did get a charge derp, so now anybody can launch a charge on their own attacks. Hold on, I just want to check real quick. No, it doesn't look like it. Eventually, we can upgrade the garden to take 4 plots. Once again, we'll go for 2 simple herb sprouts and 1 golden tomato. For right now, though, that's all I really care to do. We also got some items from Kurosawa over here. We've been working together for some time. Think of it as a bonus. A bunch of rubies, heck yeah. Over in the antique shop, we are able to fuse Pandemonium, a pretty solid weapon for Aegis. Agility plus 7 and ignores enemy resistances. Probably not going to use it, though. I'm just creating it in order to have it for the purposes of completing Elizabeth's request. I'm also going to take an opportunity to make, not some Agni bracers, but some basic fire bracers. Looks like I'll have to trade for some black quartz, but obviously the fire bracers will be nice because I can stack that with Koromaru's fire amp in order to get the maximum damage possible.
To be useful.
Alright, so I've got a pretty easy fusion route to create a persona that I want with Strike Boost and Strike Amp. And let me see, I'll take that single target boost there, and what the heck, I'll throw on Endure. Ooh, my controller's battery is probably getting a little low. Hopefully it doesn't cause me too many troubles as I'm trying to get through this. Anyways, I'm gonna take Futsunushi here, who might be useful for some other fusions, honestly, so good to create him sooner rather than later. And then we are going to take him and fuse him into Thanatos to get Skatak. There are two big reasons why I want Skatak, and, or rather, there's one very big reason I want Skatak, and there's another reason I would like her to have Strike Boost, Strike Amp. We will take a single target boost, and Enduring Soul will probably be good. I can just card Growth 3 onto her afterwards, so this will work out pretty well for us. I'll also want to grab Thanatos and Norn back from the Compendium, because obviously I'm still using them. Alrighty, so we've got Skatak there. Now, once we have Skatak, and once I get my Persona back, so let's just get over to Death and grab Thanatos real quick. Always make sure to register the guys you really want to use before you fuse them off. Yeah, I got a ton of money from Kurosawa there, so we have more than enough to get these expensive Persona right back into our stock here. Get Norn real quick. And now, backing up here. Oh, you appear to be harboring a new potential. The personas you've acquired are resonating with one another, elevating you to greater heights. And with Skatak, as long as you have previously fused Kukulin, you can now use Shadow Hound. Oh wait, that's pierce damage? Ah, dude, I thought that was Strike! Ah, how did I miss that? Whatever, we have Bishamonten. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. I thought I was gonna need that. Oh well, I confused Skatak and something else. I don't know why I thought this was a Strike attack. Anyways, Shadow Hound. Massively nerfed version of Scarlet Havoc. It's a little bit stronger in raw power, but obviously it is, inferior in the fact that it is not a multi-targeting attack. So I already had something that was good at using that, so Skatak is just really good at strike attacks for no real reason. Whatever, that's fine, that's fine. That is an embarrassing mistake. I was positive that was a strike-based attack. How did I make that mistake? Oh, well, I'm gonna actually have to go back and check my forum post, because I might have screwed that up there. Anyways, let's turn over Pandemonium to Elizabeth here. We're almost done with requests. Get a free Nihil White model. Very nice. We could actually start getting things like Nihil White models, Nihil Blacks, and even Dead Moon Husks from the chests in Empyrean. But the odds of getting them are pretty low. I think like the Nihil White and Nihil Black are like 10 to 15% each. Dead Moon Husks is a pathetic 6%, so really not worth your time to try and hold out for. Anyways, moving on from here, like I said, we are more or less just done with Monad at this point, at least as far as I want to show. I just want to cruise to the next boss fight. Ooh, we've got a new enemy here. Hallowed Turret. Yeah, it was a chain battle by mistake. Let's see, 936 HP, nullifies Pierce, repels Light, and is weak to Dark skills. So what we're going to do is just use Zeodyne on these guys over here. Actually, I'm going to pass to Akihiko real quick. Want to have his Theurgy built up for when we get into the next boss battle, so that we can quickly chew through some of the enemies there. Fortunately, I've also got the Indra Bracers on him. Combined with his innate Elect Boost, yeah, he can deal some pretty significant damage there. Now we can actually make use of Thanatos for proper damage dealing at this point, so let's switch on over to him and use my Aegon real quick. This should probably deal some pretty significant damage. Oh, dude, beautiful, yes. Very worth the time setup. Imagine if that was Dreamfest. Now that I have Thanatos online with the full boosting set for Dreamfest, that is just flatly superior to the King and I now. Let me see here. You know what? I'll probably take experience. We could use some more levels for Akihiko. He was at the 13 level limit for the last Grand Clock that I used, so he is a little bit behind the rest of the party.
I'm doing better than ever.
Not by a ridiculous amount, but still enough that I would like to, at least funnel what experience I could. Monad, I don't care. We're moving on. We just want to get to the next boss. It is go time. Go, go, go. No sense in meandering around. There will probably be a little bit more grinding before the game is over, just to make sure that I have my party fully prepared for the final boss fight. Obviously, I'd like to have all the necessary skills. Thankfully, we do get another new enemy here, Crazy Twins. Let me see. These guys repel elect skills, weak to wind, and nullify light. We're just going to fish for a crit with myriad arrows with Ken here. 810 HP to chew through, so they're not anything too significant or worrisome. Let's actually go with Garudine here for Metis. And I would like to just charge up Akihiko's Theurgy a little bit, so this is where I can just take advantage of shifting to get yet more Theurgy charge for him. Once Aegis's turn comes around, then she can focus on blasting these guys down with wind skills. Let's just go for a basic set of punches here. There we go. Next time he gets a turn, he honestly should just get access to, what is it? God, his Theurgy, man. I know what I want to say, but it escapes me as I get to it. I actually don't mind that we're switching over to, Sibylle for using the Garudines there. The, impact of Spellmaster mitigating the SP cost is actually kind of appreciated right now. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just keep taking experience. I could make a, dedicate or a generalist for hitting all, elements at this point, but I don't really feel like it. Honestly, I was kind of kicking around the idea of making a backup auto team buffer, one that was specifically just
I wonder if that's true or
maxed out on agility. Ooh, nice! Get a rare form over here. But yeah, one that was maxed out on agility, so that I could just always start the turn with Aegis going first, with the team fully buffed. Then I could switch into my Elemental Generalist to deal with the rest of the enemies, but it's so late in the game at this point. Why even bother with this? We got Divine Mothers over here. Let me see. They are 853 HP, resist fire and ice, repels light, and are weak to dark skills. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna have Ken go for myriad arrows here to fish for a crit. Once again, ooh. A little bit of nasty damage here, and just for the fun of it, since we have to use a Theurgy to take these guys out anyway, why don't we just switch over to Thanatos again and show off the power of Dreamfest now? Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you love to see it, love to see it. Imagine if that was concentrated. Not that I'm really going to take it. Ooh. Let's take the Lover's Arcana. Eventually we'll get Scotty, but I would like to just get the Lover's Arcana in so we can get more rare forms encountered. Good idea to grab that right now. Not going to specialize Thanatos towards physical attacking at all, so may as well just ignore that Brave Blade. Let's fish for some Great Clocks here. Another Strike Amp card. Hey, nice, and there is the Great Clock. We will, first order of business is make our way over there, then we'll feed more levels into Akihiko and Yukari so that they can catch up right quick. So let me get that taken care of. Alright, we've got Yukari in tow and yet another rare form. Very nice, so we'll just take that guy out real quick. Kind of unfortunate, honestly, because I would like to keep my Theurgy charged. We'll keep Yukari in the party for right now. Could probably put in some good work for us, so why not? Why not? I appreciate, once again, getting this, what is it? You know what, since we're going to have to charge up anyway, let's just go right into the Orgia mode, but yeah, this additional rare shadow so that we can just get even more experience, plus the coin to sell, and remember, oh no wait, no I don't. I had the Devil Tarot in effect previously, but remember that if you have the Devil Tarot in effect, you will get, there goes Metis real quick. You will get 2 of the coins per rare form you kill, which is part of the reason why I got so many items, or money off the previous encounter with Kurosawa. As much as I like to prioritize getting major arcanas, the EXP is too good to pass up on at this point. And look at all these levels. We get Sibylle's Earth Goddess Ring, get Dia Rahan for Yukari, which I'm not going to bother with. Let's see, Samarikar, we'll definitely take that. We get Masakunda here, so why not? Let's see here. Amrita Shower, we can get rid of Amrita Drop. Now we have full ailment, more or less ailment immunity with Yukari in the party. There we go. May Dia Rahan soon. God's Hand for Akihiko, which of course is a wonderful thing to have. And just a few more levels and he will have a Lekam. Alright, with that kit taken care of, let's continue on here. I won't really need to worry about having Ken in the party because I will have full coverage with the party that I have here with Aegis now fully set up with everything. That figure is up ahead. It's like it's waiting for us. I have a terrible feeling about this. You still have a little farther to go, so please keep your guard up. I'll have to think about fusing Skatak into something that has God's Hand, since I took the effort to set that up, honestly. Let me see, these Doom Swords, I think we encountered these in a fight already. But again, I'm just cruising here, I'm just cruising, so let's have Akihiko try and fish for a critical hit here. Oh, whoops. Sometimes that oh, high counter, of course, of course. Let me see here. What were these guys weak to again? Fire. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make my way over to, Aegis's level, or Aegis's turn. We'll just use Maragidyne from Cert to hit these guys. If I can pass it over to Metis, that's fine. If not, it's not a big deal. We'll still have the opportunity to get her Theurgy ready in due time. Okay, nice, nice. I don't know if these guys, or at least in this version of the game, if down characters are still capable of retaliating with counters. It does work like that in FES, which worked to our benefit quite a bit in that game. Okay, we're fine there. I think we've mostly seen all the enemies that there are to see at this point. Ooh, nice, we can just get some experience here. Don't have Balls of Bool kicking around anymore, so don't want to bother trying to funnel experience into him. Let's see, get Soul Sea drop there. No growth 3 for Ananta just yet, but that's okay. Continuing on here. Ooh, nice. Another Twilight Fragment. No Devil card this time, but that's okay.
What are you sulking about? Is something wrong?
I'm not sulking.
I like that. Oh wait, I think this is another new enemy here. Yes, Eternal Eagles. Okay, let's see. These guys, if I can find them on my list real quick. Let's see, they have 711 HP, are weak to Pierce skills and Ice skills, and absorb Elec and Wind, so pretty nice for us to deal with. Let me see here. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to have Metis guard real quick. Let's see if we can't get a little pass chain going here off the crit. There we go. Then we will pass over to Aegis, get her Theurgy charged up real quick. Let me see here. I'm going to, next up, go for... Do I have multi-targeting ice? As a matter of fact, I do. Hey, you're coming in handy here, Skatak. Bit more efficient than having Quetzalcoatl do it all. Then we pass over to Metis here, and just do an Akasha Arts, and that should take these guys out just fine. Could go for, could go for Bufudines, but probably not super effective. Okay, looking good, looking good. Sadly, we do not have the Fool card in effect, so I can't rely on that to boost our experience further. We are dependent on getting wand cards for that. Just one more fight, and we should have our Theurgies ready again, so be good. I do have to be mindful, though. There's always the chance that we'll run into another rare form.
No one can stop me and my sister.
Indeed, indeed. And our Theurgies are charged up, so now we can just focus on getting to the next boss. That's all I really care about at this point. Strong Shadow? Hardly know him. Let's just get past him. No, Metis, we are just going to leave it be. You know, we don't have to kill everything. You know, he's just kind of minding his own business. Might be a little irritable, but, you know, who among us hasn't felt that way before? Get another bit of yen here. Honestly, well, actually, I was gonna say always appreciated, but we're kind of good on money at this point. At least in as far as the rest of the main game goes. I could use more money for one little bit of prep I'm going to be doing for some post-game boss fights, but I really shouldn't need it for the most part otherwise. And even if I do, just farm out a few more rare shadows, you know, go for the Devil card and the Lover's card, you can really quickly get some money. Ooh, hey, Greedy Shadow. And we have a pretty wonderful team for destroying it, so I think we're looking pretty good here. Let's just get through this. Once again, we'll have the Tartarus Search thrown up so that we can chase this guy down right quick. And I do make sure that Fuka always has enough SP to utilize Tartarus Search. Granted, we had returned to the dorm, so she was already good to go on that. Honestly, this guy is super nice for us, because he's just vulnerable to strike skills, and we have a bunch of strike specialists in here. Obviously, Akihiko, Metis, and Skatak, who has no strike skills. Did I get a God Hand card? Because if I did, I could just slap that on her real quick. Speaking of God's Hand, let's have Akihiko put that to work real quick. You love to see it, you love to see it. Anyways, a quick Akasha Arts from Metis will probably destroy this guy if it hits twice. If it hits once, this might go on for a little bit longer, but not too much, not too much. Remember, we only get that lovely sister amp bonus when Aegis is making the pass there. It didn't really matter anyway. Ooh, right. Get a shuffle time here? No shuffle time, I'm afraid. But hey, platinum medal acquired. Trumpeter is getting close to the point we need him to be at, and yes, he should have debilitate within the next level. What the heck, I'll take a Mabu Fudain on Titania there. Get a little bit more strength for her. Greedy Shadow defeated. Nice job. Managed to recover the treasure it was hoarding too. And there we go, a whole bunch of good stuff. I'm beat. I feel accomplished since it worked out in the end. Now I have a full grasp of this floor's layout thanks to chasing it down. I'll guide you to the stairs. Well, that was a lucky find, wasn't it? Now that that's settled, shall we get back to exploring? One unfortunate thing about leaving to go back to the dorm is... Oh!
Maybe that figure has been showing itself to lure us in. Which must mean there's something it wants us to see further down.
Intriguing, intriguing. What I was trying to say is one unfortunate thing about us returning to the dorm is that I lost access to the Sun Arcana card that I had drawn.
Showed itself to us. Now we just chase it down. All there is to it.
Indeed, indeed. But that is going to prevent me from fusing the strongest personae available to us right now, which also denies me from fusing a pretty strong strike user, honestly. But hey, what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be taking out both of the Empyrean boss fights, so we will be getting right back into FES and checking out what's available for us there. A little montage of anything interesting I may have come across, though probably not too much, and then battle time. And just to make sure the next video isn't too long, I do want to take out both of the bosses this time, so let's get prepared for that, and let's show them hell. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, we've got our standard enemy montage for FES to get through. Probably the last one we'll be seeing in this game, so enjoy it while it lasts. Over off to the right, we have the Eternal Eagles. These guys are, let me see, 393 HP, absorb Elec and Wind skills, repel light, and are weak to dark. Meanwhile, the Nemean Beast over here is pretty typical, 440 HP, weak to fire, and dark skills. No notable resistances. Fortunately, we can just burst through these guys with Bishamonten regardless, so I don't really have to worry too much about being fancy with my maneuvers here. We've also got a pretty good excess of precious eggs at this point, so I can mostly just focus on beating my way through these guys, not have to worry about having a good supply of cool breeze users. I can just use my items to get my SP back here. For our next enemy on the docket, we've got Eternal Sands, 397 HP, weak to slash, and strike skills, nullify fire, ice, elec, and absorb wind specifically, which seems like kind of a weird particularity, but whatever. Let me see here. Do we actually have somebody with multi-targeting slash skills on, I guess we should, yes, have Raphael here. This should be fine enough. We'll just go with Deathbound on this. Should take out most of these guys. Better scan them just to err on the side of caution, and I better make sure everyone is in full assault here. Alrighty. Regardless, this should hit most of them and render them largely unthreatening. There we go. Figures that at least one would manage to get through here. Fortunately, this should make it very clear to our allies what we should need to do here, even though they're on full assault. Never mind. Here we go. Whatever, that still takes out one of them, so it's not the end of the world. Ooh, eerie sound coming out. Thankfully, nobody got hit by that, which I am very appreciative of. Alright, not the ideal way that battle could have gone, but still fine enough. Akihiko, if he can play intelligently, he can get us set up for an all-out attack here. Obviously not. I don't even know why I bothered entertaining the possibility. It is so annoying when the AI will only do the smart thing when they're knocked down. And knockdown still has its fair share of problems, obviously. Oh, well. This all-out attack should absolutely destroy this guy. Yeah, nice damage.
The enemy is getting stronger too.
Here we've got Reckoning Dice. These guys nullify the main elements and dark repel light skills specifically, so actually pretty obnoxious to deal with. The ideal way to deal with these guys would be if we had a luck break. We could just burst through that and use Thunder Rain in order to set them up for knockdowns, but unfortunately, I don't think we actually have access to that, so honestly, I'm just gonna run from this. I just wanted to comment on this was something that I encountered. There are too many enemies in Empyrean in FES where they're essentially boss encounters all their own. Not at all worth the time it takes to fight them. Just look for, like, big groups of Eternal Sands if you want to get good experience. Speaking of more worthwhile enemies to fight, in the back there, we've got Doom Swords. Let's see here. These guys, 390 HP, resistant to slash skills, weak to ice, and they repel elect skills. Off to the right side, let's see, we've got the Crazy Twins here. If I can find where these guys are in my notes. Let's see. Weak to fire and dark, repel elect, nullify light, and they have 367 HP. Let's scan the Doom Sword. Oh, no! How many times have I made that stupid mistake where I think I'm on the scan, I'm actually on the normal attack? I gotta remember the difference between the icons there. I do that way too often, and it's so frustrating. I don't know why I go to that in order to try and get my information on these guys. Very bad habit. And, of course, Ken suffers the problem of it. Oh, goodness, Akihiko, that was humiliating. Let's actually scan one of these guys. Let me see here. We're on Raphael. Let's just go for, that Doom Sword is not immune to fire. It is not. So what we're going to do here is just go for a Maragidine from Bishamonten. This has not been my day for FES. I've been making all sorts of mistakes and misplays. Although that assigned target bug, that was not my fault.
Surprised it.
Hey, remember the Jotun of Grief boss battle that you got to in Tartarus? This guy is literally the exact same thing. He is only vulnerable to pierce skills with 1410 HP to burn through. Again, this is basically a boss encounter disguised as a normal enemy encounter. Unless you have elemental breaks to just get around his stupid gimmick, I would not recommend fighting that guy at all. I didn't want to fight that guy when I had no choice to. If I can just run away from him, definitely going to take the opportunity. Terrible enemy. Why make that a regular enemy? What is wrong with you? Oh, actually, I can't even cut here because we've got another new enemy, the Emperor Beetle over here. This guy nullifies slash and pierce skills, weak to strike, otherwise does not have any resistances to be worried about. We're just going to pop off with Maragidine because it deals... Oh, I thought that was another eagle in the back. I didn't realize that that was a Eternal Sand. Actually, I might have mistaken the beetle over... a beetle over there for an eagle also. Oh, well. Not that it's a big deal. As you can see, Metis has got this. That guy's out of here. And Akihiko, I mean, he's not going to set up the knockdown for us, but he should take out one of these guys, no problem. Oh, hey, he actually is going to set up the knockdown for us. Go Akihiko, go Akihiko. I appreciate it. Nice. I like it when the full assault AI actually does something kind of smart. You rarely see it, but every now and again they'll decide to set you up for a victory.
Did you see that, Shinji? You've surprised them.
Over here we've got a Divine Mother. Let me see here. They have 390 HP, weak to ice and dark, nullify elect skills, and repel light. You know what, we'll go for the scan here. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop off with a Deathbound, but no, that's Daisojo. Whoops, okay, that was a mistake. No popping off for me. These guys are both immune to light, so not really a good switch there. We'll just hit her. There we go. Not one of my finer moments. I am pretty prone to inputs today. I'm feeling embarrassed about this. At the very least, my team is still covering for me pretty well, pretty well. Hey, I might be able to switch over to Parvati to get a Cool Breeze recovery real quick. Okay, now Akihiko is going to punch this one. I need to get Akihiko some new gloves. Goodness, he is getting out-punched by Ken.
I can now bring you back to the entrance instantly. However, there are some areas where I can't use it.
Hey, Fuka has escape route now. Honestly, not as helpful as it is in FES because the Abyss of Time blocks aren't nearly as big. or not as useful as it is in the journey, I should say, because the Abyss of Time blocks aren't really as big, and like every floor seems to have an access point on it, unlike Tartarus, where occasionally you could get a drought of access points, which could be a little annoying at times. Also, this is a terrible way to be pincered between enemies. Regardless, we have that, so we can just escape whenever we want. Oh, hey, another new enemy anyway. Rampage Drive. Let's see here. This guy has 1454 HP, nullifies slash, pierce, light, and dark skills, and repels strike skills. Again, it's another boss fight masquerading as a normal enemy encounter. There are so many of these in Empyrean. It is honestly really, really obnoxious, because it makes it a little annoying. More than it should be to train here. Regardless, let's move on. And a new one in there, Platinum Dice. These guys have 432 HP, resist physical, nullify fire, ice, and wind, but are weak to elect. Let me check here again. The Divine Mothers unfortunately nullify elect skills, but I think it's worth it to go for it. I'm actually going to send Metis into knockdown here, because if these Platinum Dice survive a Maziodyne from Odin, which not super likely, but is possible, Metis can then set up the all-out attack for me afterwards, regardless of anything. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we'll just have Metis send these guys to the canvas, do a quick all-out attack, and there we go. We should have a chance, if I can get a wand card, to get some pretty good experience out of this. Ken and Akihiko are quite a bit behind the curve compared to Aegis and Metis, so it would be nice to get as many levels into them as possible before we get into a relatively difficult fight coming up here. Alrighty, let's see what we get in the shuffle time. Well, I'll see what I get. Over here, we have the Strong Shadow encounter for the back half of Empyrean, and it is definitely one that you do not want to fight down. This is the definition of a boss masquerading as a normal encounter. We've got the Chaos Cyclops over here, 1500 HP, absorbs the core elements, nullifies light and dark. We got the Mighty Cyclops, 1800 HP, absorbs physical, nullifies light and dark. And then we've got the Mad Cyclops. He's resistant to all but light and dark skills with 1700 HP. This is just straight up a boss fight. This is a boss encounter inside Empyrean. Why would you waste time fighting this? Again, you could just kill 4 Eternal Sands for probably the same amount of experience.
I wonder if that thing is showing itself to lure us in. Then there is something we're supposed to see, further into the Abyss of Time.
Mysterious, mysterious. Regardless, it's boss time. We're definitely going to want to max out Aegis's SP here, so let's use one of our precious eggs. We shouldn't need to make any other changes besides the obvious of equipping Raphael so that we have our buffs in play right at the start. This time around, I actually am going to have Akihiko mostly focus on heal and support and getting his debuffs out, because I would like to be able to actually, you know, survive the onslaught coming out from enemies as we deal with them, and it's more convenient to have Akihiko just set up the debuffs than try to set up my own buffs. I will want to track down something with Maaraku Kaja for later, because we will need that for the final boss encounter. For this encounter, though, we really should not need it that much. My HP is close enough to full here. One other minor change I made is that I gave Ken the accessory Drothnir. Odin produced that for us, so Ken has it to make sure Medea Rama is close to Medea Rahan in healing. Also got a pair of War God boots, so I may as well give those to Akihiko real quick. He'd probably appreciate them. Hey, thanks. You are welcome, Akihiko. Alright, let's get into it. Hopefully it's not something that's I'm too overly familiar with at this point.
I think, even if we don't chase that figure, we'll meet it in the deepest part of this place. We're getting close. Let's keep moving forward. Enemy shadows incoming!
isn't this where we came in? Man, yeah, for some reason these guys were moved to the start of Empyrean and Reload, rather than the end. Anyways, we've got the Tenjin Musha, the Kaiden Musha, and the Onin Musha. Let's see, Tenjin Musha over here has 2000 HP, no resistances. Kaiden has 1800, or no, this is Onin. Kaiden has 1800 HP and no resistances. Onin Musha absorbs elemental skills, but only has 600 HP. We're probably going to want to save him for last, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put Akihiko and Ken on heal and support here. We're going to send Metis into Neo Orgia mode, and hopefully that can get her to spam Vicious Strike. It's not super critical if she does that, but I would like it. Our best bet for this is to switch over to Odin here, and we're just going to spam Maziodyne. Even though it's going to heal Onin Musha, I'm not super worried about that being a major factor. We're just going to keep blasting away until eventually we get these guys taken out. It might almost be worth it, honestly, to use Thunder Rain and take these guys out on an individual basis. Here's Akihiko coming in clutch with his debuffs here. He'll be slowly working his way through those. Metis, ooh, she's got Akasha Arts, hell yeah, that's actually very nice. There's a decent chance she will get a crit with that. Ken has Dirahan, which honestly not that helpful since we got the drop near on him, but hey, it's there. Poison Arrow coming out from this guy. Revolucion! That actually works out pretty wonderfully for me. Yeah, I think the smarter thing, honestly, would be to do Thunder Rain, especially because Metis is going to be going first here. We can take advantage of the shock status to get a free crit on this guy. Okay, Kaiden Musha has put up the power charge there. I'll want to attack mirror my way through that on the next turn. Nice thing about Neo Orgia mode also is that Metis can use the Akasha Arts for free there. Yeah, I think it would be wise to just use an attack mirror in this instance. Let's see, he's going for the life drain. Thankfully, that does not get rid of Akihiko's SP. So let's just throw up the attack mirror here. Remember that these guys have no resistances, so honestly, power charging when we can just bounce it right back at him, this honestly works against this guy. Look at that, pretty good. This will be the last attack that Metis is going to be getting out here before Neo Orgia mode expires, but that works just fine, honestly. She accomplished what she needed to here. If she could get 2 hits, oh, nice! That went way, way better than the first fight. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that to go that well. Perhaps I underestimated the value of Akasha Arts in Neo Orgia mode. Heck yeah! For the absolute misery I had in the first boss fight, that was just clean as it could possibly get. I guess your academics still need work, by the way. Unfortunately, no opportunity to raise that. Let me see here. Something about to happen to Hamon? Why not? Let it go. Ooh, well actually no, that's really useless. I just like seeing new things, okay? Well, that actually went a lot better than I was expecting. Alright, so, as far as, things going forward go for FES, there's one last thing I need to do. Ooh, Soma. We need to get some Fortune Personae so that we can create Norn, and yes, some Bombs of Life. We could probably use those. And I want to train her up so that she gets access to both Phanta Ray and Absorb Elect. That'll come very in handy in the future. Not the immediate future, but a near future. And yeah, that's all there is for FES for now, so let's get over into Reload, finish off that boss, and finish off the video. Alright, now that the fastest case of feeling nostalgia ever has happened, let's get into the boss fight for Persona 3 Reload.
Not that I think you don't know that, sister.
Thanks for the reminder, Metis. I always appreciate it. Looks like the enemy is holed up below. Are you ready? I'm hoping that I have Oracle ready, actually. I forget if it was actually already charged up.
I get the feeling we'll end up meeting that figure whether we chase it or not. We're getting close. Let's keep moving. Watch out for the shadows.
Alright, let's do this.
You can do it.
Indeed, indeed. Alright, we've got the Neo Minotaur and the Rebellious Cyclops. The Neo Minotaur over here has 4400 HP, resists physical skills, absorbs fire and wind skills, and nullifies ice skills. Meanwhile, the Rebellious Cyclops off to the side here nullifies fire skills, absorbs ice and wind, and has 3200 HP. First thing we're going to do, and yes, we do have Oracle, so we're just going to fire that off immediately. See what we get out of this. Ah, come on, Fuka. I already had that in effect. I was hoping for the charge and concentrate effect on everyone. That is okay, though. What we're going to do here is we are going to have Ken start by just throwing out an item for us. We are going to go for a atrophying sutra to get the defense on these guys lowered real quick. Let's see what they go for to start things off. Okay, good. Akihiko gets to go here, no problem. So what we're going to do is we are going to just open up with Electric Onslaught on the Rebellious Cyclops over here, since it has the lesser HP of the two. And Akihiko can get his Theurgy charged up really quick. May as well just get to work on this guy to start things off. Deal some pretty wonderful damage to him. Looks like the Neo Minotaur is going for Concentrate itself. Let's see. I'm going to have... Metis, fire up a charge here. Again, if we had gotten the concentrate there, Akihiko probably would have one-shot that Rebellious Cyclops. Okay, beautiful. This works out wonderfully for me. What we're going to do is we are going to switch over to Bishamonten, and we are actually going to go for Justice. As much as I'd like to show off Shadowhound, we'll have opportunities to do it. I actually really want the critical from Justice here. With Apt Pupil and Crit Rate Amp, it is basically guaranteed to crit, and that'll work out wonderfully for passing it back over to Metis. Okay, that does influence how I want to approach this turn. Because the Rebellious Cyclops is still alive, we're going to be going for Orgia mode instead of charging Blitz. If the Rebellious Cyclops had died, which it would have if I got the stupid charge, we would have just been able to probably finish off the Neo Minotaur with a charging Blitz real quick. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, no, wait, I didn't see properly which one actually survived. Well, you know what? First time for everything, why don't we see Ken get a finisher with his Divine Retribution Theurgy? Take it away, Ken.
Now's my cheeks. Catching this. Not about that at all. No shadows detected.
I love it when a plan comes together. Thank you, Ken. And we get the Hangman Tarot. If you forgot what this one does, you'll get a random incense card from it. Honestly, pretty bad compared to the Emperor and Empress cards, but hey, at least that incense can be used on anyone in your team, I suppose. Debilitate for Trumpeter has been acquired. Meggy Delon for Thanatos, I'm just going to drop that real quick, don't need that. Brave Blade for Metis, also going to drop that, I don't need that at all, so get that crap out of here. Ooh, she's going to learn Resist Fizz next.
Oh, hello.
We're closing in on whatever's causing all this now. How on earth are we going to escape this place, though? Are our memories the key to leaving? But, something feels kind of off. But if the problem exists in the present, then wouldn't the solution be too? You know, rather than in the past? You might have a point, Ken. This place really messed with my sense of time. Things that have already happened seem like they're happening all over again. Sorry for talking your ear off, by the way. Let's keep going. I like it when the little guy has a bit of an erudite insight for us, in regards to our current situation. Anyways, time to open up this chest right here. And what do we get off the back of this one? The antimatter cannon. Not going to be better than what I already have, almost assuredly, so I'm not even going to look at it. And from here, we can get the Godspeed shoes. Pretty cool looking footwear, honestly. Well, why don't we take a look at that real quick, just to see what it does. I'm sure it's not going to be that much better than the Magic Gata, but hey, you never know. Physical evasion high? Not a terrible ability, honestly, but not what I'm interested in having. Alright. With that, between this video and the next, I'll probably do one last bit of training in Persona 3 FES to get my party just where I want it to be for the end of the game. And also get all the Personae that I'd like to have, so that might take a little bit of time, but we are going to be cruising into the end game right after this. Wanted to make sure that I had the bosses taken care of in this video, just so the next one isn't too overstuffed, and skipping the Monad bosses, since I've already fought plenty of them, was probably the right decision. Cut down a lot of the recording time, so look forward to a major deluge of cutscenes. The answer has been pretty story-light to this point, but the end game sees quite a lot happening all at once, so I hope you are hanging on to your seats, because you might run the risk of being thrown out of them with all we're going to be hit with. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, no. But it's my right to waste your time.